What about visualization? Tell me a little bit about how you use that.
Oh yeah. Okay, so visualization, love it, love it, love it. Um, just to simplify this, if because this is exactly what it is. When I okay, life coaching,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
I I have not in a life coaching format, but I have spoken to a group of people, even to like a church and things like that, into big groups. But I haven't gone out into a stage to speak on life coaching yet,
Yet.
and yet. And even though I was invited actually to go to Little Rock to do that, but then I had missed some days. I got sick, so I ended up taking up some days to go to work, so I didn't miss it. So I ended up having to miss that. But my thing on that the visualization is that I sit down whether I'm driving or I'm at home, whether it's in a meditative state or if I'm like I said just driving an autopilot or I'm at work if I have a moment. I imagine myself already in front of those people. I imagine myself already speaking to them. I imagine the energy that I have, the pitches. I mean, I imagine the whole thing and I feel it. I feel the energy. I feel the heat of the lamp on my face. I feel their energy coming back, their uproars and excitements and claps and their questions and me answering that. I feel that whole presence. And that for me is a visualization is I put myself in the moment. I connect the future with the present because I don't there to me there's no disconnect, right? There's no such thing as past or future. There is in that extent, but like it's just the now. Every moment's just this very moment of now, and I determine where I'm going to go and how I'm going to get there. But the visualization allows me to depict on where that place is going to be and what that future is going to look like and what it's going to feel like. And you can use. There are so many people out there, so many examples. I listen to motivational podcasts, and John Paul, is that his name? He's the boxer. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think everyone pretty much knows who I'm talking about. But he was just on a podcast. First time I ever listened to a podcast where he was the person that came on and spoke, and him and the host were like real good friends. But they use visualization in the moment, and it's also called anchoring. They used anchoring, and when he went out to go box somebody, they were talking about getting it with the left hook, the knockout with the left hook, and I'll send you this later. Just remind me. But before he went out to go fight, his buddy was with him in the locker room, yeah, in that locker room area, and he was like telling him. He said, "I want you right now in this moment to imagine you walking back in here and seeing my face, and you saying left hook." And saying that that was it and that you won. And so they did that. They visualized it. They anchored it. That feeling, he felt it. And then you know what happened? Sure enough, it was the left hook. And the first thing they said to each other was left hook when they came back in the locker room. And he won it. And there is this power. You know how small it can be? I'll tell you how small it is. Another visualization technique I use, and this is hilarious, but it's just true. It's what I do. If I'm clean, I have the son, the youngest one is Jasper, right, the baby, and I've got a whole bunch of pictures. I just haven't printed one yet to put on here of him actually born yet. But when it changes butt, you got to throw the diaper in the trash, right? Well, you know what I do? I visualize it going in the trash, and I just and now it's such a funny thing, but bam! And I'm talking the middle of the night. I'll look the other way, but I imagine it in there, and it hits in there. And I know that's silly and that's goofy, but that is it in practice. It's the same concept. If you play basketball, you play football, if you drive fast, like whatever the case is, I think that if we all took a moment and thought about what visualization is, we think we could find times and places where we've done it and have achieved the outcome we desired. And it's just like that. If you want to throw a basketball up in the net, you have to imagine it's already in there, right? Even if you've had to throw 1,000 times, every single time you practiced a shot, what did you think of? Did you think of it going over to the bleachers? No. You imagined it going into the basketball net. You felt what it would feel like for it to go in there, and you practiced that. You didn't just practice how you did your shots, you practice your visualization for every shot. It's the exact same concept. So what we discuss here, what I discuss in the book, it's all real laws, natural laws.
It
It's
is.
just different applications.
Um, and there's science behind it. We won't get into it.
Yes.
people want to look it up, they can look it up. But there is that.
Yeah.
I knew a man that was a golf pro, and he trained people, and it was visualization.
Yeah.
And it works, and it is real. And he was a doctor also, so he knew. It's amazing. It's amazing. So many things. We have so many tools that are becoming more mainstream now that are truly life altering.